Well, welcome to Coach's Corner for August 7th at 7 p.m. Central. Glad you're here. And this will be recorded and it will be up in our Warrior Networking channel for people to be able to view if they can't wait till next Monday, or you want to, have somebody see what we're going through here. So we're going to get started. I'm going to bring up the first slide. I'm using, by the way, media sharing in this, which is much better than like doing a screen share for a PowerPoint, for what it's worth. So this is a BeeKonnected Orientation and question and answer session. And the first thing is, what do we have on this social business platform? First of all, there's 5 services. The one you're experiencing right now is the virtual meeting tool or video conferencing tool, however that's what it's called there. And so this is our BeeVirtual platform, and you can watch the videos, or you can participate, have meetings, have one-to-ones, have your own meetings. We'll talk about what that looks like in a minute. We have a broadcasting platform, which basically you can stream live, not only to BeeKonnected and do what we call live in the hive, but then you can move to other platforms. We'll talk about that in more detail. You can create daily posts that let people know that are on the platform, and everybody on the platform can see your posts. That's the only what I would call media part of it, where you're really updating folks to where you're at. And then you can have your own private as well as public groups where you're able to share updates in your group. We have a Warrior Networking group. I have a Warrior versus Zombie group for the people that are on my podcast or interested in being on the podcast. And you can create an unlimited number, and we'll talk about that. Also, you can get the your leads. There's AI involved when the person's platform is built out, so that you can go in and go ahead and let me see. I'm just muting folks here. So everybody's muted now, just so you know, so that in case somebody gets a call or whatever, it won't end up on the recording. So appreciate that. And so if you have any questions that you want or you think of as we're going through here, go ahead and put them in the chat, so that when I get to the end in the Q&A part, if you have some specific questions that we can address, we'll do those quickly so we can, expedite everybody's time. And I do appreciate everybody being here. So the creating instant leads, as I was saying, that was the initial offering of this platform, was the connection generator, hence the name BeeKonnected. And it enables you to rapidly connect with people who are aligned with you on the platform. So let me get back to the widgets. And the next slide I want to talk about is specifically the BeeVirtual video conferencing. This is where you can have a video meeting like we're doing here today. Again, you can do it one-to-one or up to 100 if you're a free member, or 1,000 if you are a paid member. The live broadcasting, you can do like this. We can do it live, and then once you're done, I'm recording this session, and you can save it to your channel. You can put it wherever you want to do it. I also use the live broadcasting to do my podcast, which is both audio, video, and I publish it to audio podcasting platforms as well. Now you also have the ability to create some organic leads, or some leads where people are seeing something you post or create some interest, and they may reach out to you. It's very similar to all of the other social media platforms, in that you post something, it shows up in people's feed, except the difference is here that post is available to everybody on the platform. We're not.
David?
Yes.
Can you give an example of an organic lead, just so I make sure I'm clear?
Okay, so there's a picture here, and that woman is posting, there's a video there, and somebody, if they like that, they can click on her name and connect to her. So it's just a way of getting noticed. It's like, for example, Randy, doing your 30 seconds, right? Here's
Oh,
what I
okay. So
do.
you can post an organic for yourself.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
posting it to get people's attention, or at least share some of the things that you think would
Okay.
have value.
Would it be proper to assume that you could post someone else who you think might be uh, interesting to the group?
Of course. Yeah,
Okay, great,
you could share content that somebody shared with you. Now
great.
this is, at this juncture, it's really you creating
Got
your
it.
own post, but you could for sure, introduce somebody else on their behalf.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next thing is, again, we said private and public groups. As you can see, Warrior Networking Group happens to be on this graphic. I didn't create these graphics, but we've been on the platform for a while, and the Warrior Networking Group has roughly 400 people on the platform, of which many of those aren't part of the 2,000 that are in our in-person group, because they aren't, but there's a lot of people also on this platform. So I'm excited about that. What that means is that gives, for those people that have chambers, other groups, people that they're trying to serve, that can serve people outside of their geographic area. This is a way to connect to them, but it's also a way to easily recommend people that are on the platform with us. And I can say, okay, meet with Randy, or meet with Ricky, or
Got it.
meet with Rob, and I can, and their profile is there, and then they can connect with them and start down the path of having one-to-ones and building a relationship.
Okay.
Um, the next one is the instant connections. This is where every time you click on the link at the top of the connection generator, it'll offer up 6 people who, based upon the AI and based upon their own completion of, here's the kind of market I'm targeting, here's what I'm looking for, it essentially will offer up people that are on a similar path, people that are very aligned with you. Not necessarily, it could be people that might want to buy what you have, but it's just
Right.
like in our networking groups where, it's really getting aligned with somebody who maybe is going after the same market, but not with what you're doing, and they
Gotcha.
can recommend you to their audience.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk quickly about the levels of participation on the platform. First of all, highly recommend everybody get started on the platform and just get started. Perfection, there's most likely, as you start seeing additional features and functions and capabilities as you move forward, there's an opportunity to upgrade, and I'll talk about that on the next slide. But even at a free, what we call a Be free level or a free level,
Mm-hmm.
you can do your own meetings on your own virtual platform, and they can be up to 90 minutes in duration. You can stream, if you want to do like a webinar or put something on, you can stream it to 5 different platforms, and you can have up to 100 attendees. You can post in the BeeKonnected platform on that B feed that I talked about before. You can chat in groups. You can also get connections using the connection generator, and you can join any groups or watch any shows that are up on the platform at any time, even as just a free member. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's much more than you can get on any other platform that I'm aware of to help you build your business. Now, if you decide that you want to upgrade, there are basically, it looks like there's 3, but there's really 2 levels. One is a pro membership, which is really, that's $19.95 a month. And it's really very, very much for professionals or people maybe that aren't, out there. They're just trying to connect, and maybe, but they're not like a coach, or their leader or an influencer or whatever. But, you could be upgrade more, but for sake of discussion, a professional or a pro user would get all of what I just mentioned on the Be Free platform. In addition, instead of up to 90 minutes, they can have unlimited duration of their video meetings. So they don't have, they're not limited to 90 minutes. They can have custom branded meetings. So you can start at that level, you can begin to, upgrade your links and the graphics and put in, colors that are aligned with your brand and so on. And you can also then create private and public groups of your own. In the free member, you can participate and be in any groups, but you can't create your own group. So as a pro member, you could create your own group. So let's say you were a home builder and you wanted to create a group on BeeKonnected that or other people, or that maybe that's not a great example, but you could have a bunch of things that you just want to have your own group, and that's cool. That would be a reason to upgrade to the 1995. Then the cool thing about, as I mentioned earlier on the feed, is one of the things we found out with Facebook, or I found out with Facebook, is I have a Facebook group, and you have groups on all the other platforms as well. All of those social media platforms, really, when you make a post, even something that you think everybody would see in the group, it's only usually offered up to about 3% by a stamp if you just have a free membership, let's say on Facebook. However, if you're willing to boost it, then you can pay to boost it to your whole group.
Makes sense.
Right? Okay. So that's the other thing. Then again, you can get organic leads, you can do posts for anything, and you can connect with other groups and speakers and invite them to your group and maybe generate speaking opportunities to serve, opportunities to build your credibility on the platform. Then the platinum membership enables you to, again, it's $49.95 a month, and that you get everything that I just said on Pro, plus you get webinar capability where you can then use all the tools that I have access to here. You have widgets, you have and I'm not going to get into all of those, but you have call to action buttons, you have a media bar, button bar that you can post like 5 options here. So if you're running a meeting and you say or giving a presentation and you want people to potentially take action, all that's there. You get 1,000 attendees as opposed to 100. Plus you can stream again to all of the platforms, and then replays are available, and your buttons in your original video are also hot in the replay, so people can take advantage of your offer or whatever when you're doing, even if they weren't there or they saw it in replay. The last thing is, instead of having I think it's 3 gig of storage for videos and stuff, you have 100 gig of storage. So the only thing different between the Platinum and the Platinum Plus membership is Platinum Plus is essentially you've decided to opt in as an affiliate. You don't have to be an affiliate. You can be a Pro member or a Platinum member and just be a member, and that's fine. But if you want to monetize your following or get the potential of getting a commission, it's not a multi-level thing. It's just basically you get 10% for anybody that upgrades. Obviously 10% of free is free, but if somebody upgrades, it's basically if they upgrade to a platinum level, you're getting $5 for referring them to the platform. So it's pretty straightforward. This happens to be the breakdown of the BeeKonnected Platinum versus just the 3 kind of media platforms, or 3 video conferencing platforms that are available, being Zoom, which is to get all the functionality of a Zoom Enterprise. It's about $355 a month. GoToWebinar is $199 a month, and StreamYard, which is closed, but it's simply streaming, has up to 250 people can have it, but you can also stream to 8 platforms. So, if you're just into streaming and blasting your message out, StreamYard is close. But the other thing that is interesting is you can receive even as you're just a member, a pro or a platinum, if you refer two other people that become platinum, then your $49.95 goes to $24.95 a month.
Hmm.
Okay, so you get a half off, and that you don't have to be an affiliate. That's an additional benefit as we're continuing to grow the platform and encourage people to share it and get other people that they want to do business with and they respect on the platform. So that's opportunity is still there. When you look at the 3 quick steps to set up, first of all, you need to log in, and what that looks like is if you aren't already on the platform, I think everybody here is on the platform, but if you aren't, if you look over here in my branded virtual meeting room, you can see it says join me on BeeKonnected. If you click on that, it's as simple as putting your email and opting in for a free membership, and then a few other questions, and you're good to go. And then you can begin the process of logging in. And then the first thing that we recommend you do is go ahead and set up this virtual meeting room, because this is a way that you can get immediate value, even at free, out of the platform by having the ability to have one-to-ones with people, have the ability to maybe have meetings with clients or groups of people. You can do that all as a free member using this virtual meeting platform. So I'm not going to get into that in detail. We'll show so setting up the BeeVirtual. It looks like this. When you click on that BeeVirtual button, you'll see that the um, that first of all, over in the right hand corner is a short tutorial which will walk you through setting this up. You first thing you want to do is decide what your what's your name. If I recommend, unless you have a business or like I have Warrior Networking and I have Vision Warrior as my room, that's kind of my brand. But most people, I recommend that it's your name.
Right.
Ricky Jean is on there as Ricky Jean Wright, and Cheryl's on there as Cheryl Roberts, and Rob Denenberg is on there, I believe, as Robbie D or whatever. So, it's whatever but that's going to be the name of your room. That's also should be the name of your website. So then when you set up your room link, it's going to be, for example, Ricky Jean is rickyjeanwright.beekonnected.com/meeting or /webinar. So it's pretty straightforward. It's very simple, but again, simple means you still, it's different. So as we talked about today, you may run into a snag, and that's why the certified coaches are here to help you get through that, not abandon it and then say, oh, I'll get back to it, because there's really no value to BeeKonnected or you if you're not using the platform. And we want you to have value even if you're a free member. The next thing is, in setting up your profile, you can change the background, not only for what's in here on where the video is taking place, but you can also change the frame. You can put different links in here and so on. And that's all part of setting up your BeeVirtual. You can go in and add other links. You can edit things. And there's certain things you can't edit that will change over time. But frankly, there's more than enough to customize and make this impressive for anybody that is looking to impress the people they're meeting with online. The next thing is go in and create your profile. And I'm very emphatic about this because I want everybody in Warrior Networking to have a good profile, something that represents them well. You can cut and paste from your website or from let's say your LinkedIn page, if you've got that pretty well built out, and you can complete most everything in your profile. I also have a PDF that James O'Malley put together, that for those that are really what I would call detail oriented, that kind of shares, it's multiple pages of all the stuffs that you can, all the selections under each category and stuff. So you can just kind of look at that. The system itself, once you first start, will literally have pop-ups and tutorials for each section, including the profile. So here, the most important thing on the profile to get started is upload a 500 by 500 PNG or JPEG file, graphic file up to this profile. So you can go in there, upload that. You can change the banner at some point, which is not that important, but put that picture so that you have to have a picture before you're even discoverable on the platform. And before the connection generator will offer you up, your profile has to be 80% complete. So you've got the stuff that the AI needs to offer you up as an option for somebody looking for somebody like you. The next thing is once you've got your picture on there and you've gotten started, is go ahead and create a post. Hey, I'm here. And how you do that is very similar to if you've ever used any website, Google Docs, Microsoft Word, or whatever. There's editing features. You can put in, change the font size. You can put in a short, up to 59-second video. You can post in there, or a picture. I recommend one or the other for your post. And then you can put text above and below the image so that you can communicate. If you're on the platform, I posted, for example, for this training, and I said, here's the links, here's how we're going to do it, and so on. So, or you could just say, hey, I'm here, and this is what I do. Glad to meet everybody. And then if somebody notices that and they just click on your picture in there, it will send them to you, and then they can connect with you, and you can begin to have building a relationship with that person. You can put links in your post to URLs like your website or maybe your YouTube channel, whatever other things you want. Those things will also, by the way, be in your profile. So all of the relevant links, your website, your various social platforms that you may be on, those are all you can put in there for people to find easily. Then you can link those URLs. I'm not going to go into those.
David,
Yes.
the font size that you're showing on the screen looks really small. How is it in reality?
Well,
On
it's
the last
bigger than
slide.
that because those are pictures.
Okay.
So it's big enough
All
for
right.
most people. You might have to, if you're an old guy like me, you might have
Right.
to
Or me.
squint a little bit or whatever, but
Mhm.
it's not insurmountable. And we've already, as things go forward and we start getting more and more going, that's one of the things is increasing or allowing adjustment to
Because that's
font
one of the
size.
things that LinkedIn dealt with pretty early. Is they had the same problem when they first started. When you get to a LinkedIn page, somebody's page, everything was too small because it was too much stuff. So they
Right.
basically figured out how to increase the font size and tell people to cut down. They limited the number of characters per section per paragraph.
Yeah, and there'll be other enhancements. There's a lot
Right.
of other enhancements,
You're going to
and
learn as you go.
one of the things I would just say at this point, and then if there's any questions or anything you think it was unclear from any of your perspective, I would recommend that you, like I said, go in, try it out, get some things, and then realize that we're still on a journey. For those that have been with BeeKonnected, I've been here since almost the beginning, since 2020, and a lot has changed. So that means, frankly, that it will continue to get better. We will continue, but right now we're at a great place. This is a place where the company is ready to invest in a marketing director and contract with them to bring in and advertise and bring in up to a million or more members in the next 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that's our Frank Frausto, that is the CMO, was one of the original 300 employees with Google and was part of the Google partner program. And the program we're implementing here is very similar to that. And so it's not only you can refer anybody to the platform. I would highly recommend you refer people that aren't trolls or, real people. But then when you're going through it now, if you're a coach like Ricky, Cheryl, myself, and there's others, then you can get an allocation of those people to help them get up to speed. And if those people in turn upgrade, then the commission for those upgrades go to the coach. So it's a pretty good deal. Any questions about anything I've hit up to this point? I've got a few
The only
more
question
slides.
that hits my head right this minute is my usual question: why aren't more people on this thing tonight? Because this seems like at the cost, which is at the beginning was virtually nothing.
Right.
This is a great way for people to expand their business.
Yeah,
And get more leads.
And the key is, I think there's many reasons. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. All I can say is really, Randy, that this is what still is and will be for quite some time, what I would label as an early adopter opportunity.
Okay, got it.
A very small percentage of people, without some encouragement, leadership, and inspiration, which is what we're trying to do here, and in the understanding of how it's different and what they can do, the normal zombie behavior is to avoid it until everybody's doing it. And then you say, well, everybody else is there, I might as well go. So I was early adopter on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on almost every social platform that's out there. Some I got more interested in than others, but the point is, I'm kind of that kind of person. Some people are, some people aren't. And so it's really just, but the key is, it's a journey every day, right? It's one step at a time.
I was thinking that some of the newer members
Right.
that I've met, before I started to drift away a little bit, are pretty aggressive in trying to grow their businesses. And it would seem like this would be an ideal low-cost opportunity for them to get a hold of some hard-time media, internet kind of stuff to grow their business.
Exactly right, Randy. And the thing is, that's part of also why this, is they're giving a benefit to affiliates and people, because one of the big steps is, how do I use this? How am I going to use this for business? How is it different? Why would I use it? Those kinds of things. So we'll be in future coaching sessions, especially as we get more and more people that are doing some of the basics, building out their profile, getting their virtual room set up, starting to do some things, as we'll focus on maybe subsections and helping people really see some of the value, and also get into more of the financial aspect. Again, the key is we're trying to break it down to be very simple. So once you're on the platform, then the first thing is invite others to the platform. Obviously, you don't want to be here by yourself. You want to have other people that are already in, whether it's Warrior Networking, Richardson Plano, whether it's just people that you want to have as referral partners or people you like. Highly recommend you connect with both people that are on the platform, and also invite those people. And then if you refer a couple of people that decide to go ahead and upgrade, then you're already cutting your monthly cost from $49 to $25. So it's a good good thing to start when you're getting started, just to take start baby steps, if you will. One of the ways the tool it's there is underneath me on the tab. And I know, again, Randy, it's hard to see, but when you're on your website, it's the farthest diamond to the right. If you click on that, there's a drop down, and the first item on the drop down is shareable links. And when you click on that shareable links, the first thing is there's a way that you can share this link to various, like to Facebook, to your email list, to Twitter, to Pinterest, you know, all these platforms, WhatsApp, and so on. So if you have connections, virtual connections on those online connections on those platforms, you can go ahead and share it. Or if you have people that, you know, I don't necessarily like to spam. I don't believe in spamming, but you can.
Right.
It's a high value thing. It's free. People can sign up and you can share it. And I would again recommend when people that are getting started. I probably got 150 connections on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I've got, you know, hundreds of people in my groups, but I've been around for a while. So I recommend that people get started right away. Also, one of the ways you can do that is go into some of the groups, the public groups that are available, and just say, hey, I'm here. The one that will be there for you for sure is the BeeKonnected official group. And you can say, hey, I'm Randy, I'm here. Really want to serve the community. Let me know how I can serve you, and just, or whatever. And then if somebody sees your post, they say, oh, I'll connect. I want to connect with Randy. And so they just click on your name and it takes to your profile, and then you can, they can connect with you. So that's a cool thing. You can also send people chat messages within the group, and you can post things, like I said, in our private group, or in our Warrior Networking group. I share our roster or our directory for the group, so people can download it, as we've always done, or we've done for a while. So that's the end of that. I heard, was it a hand raise?
No, that was an accident.
Oh,
that was me. That was an accident. I clicked the wrong button. Sorry.
So any other questions? I went through that pretty quick, but I really want to make sure that we get this information out there, get it kind of people oriented to what's there and then like I said, in subsequent sessions, maybe even special coaches corners that we'll add, since especially like if Ricky starts, having some coaching sessions of his own, I'll get on and support him. We can focus on a specific thing, those kinds of things. Cheryl,
Has Ricky done this yet? Has Ricky done this yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Because what I was going to say is go ahead.
In 2020, I think.
Really?
At the end of 2020, yeah.
That was 3 years ago, before this was even existing.
I'm sort of the closet nerd, sitting in the corner working the computer.
Well, that's what we need is for Richardson Plano Networking, we need 3 or 4 closet nerds to get started, and then to have some of these sessions that you've just talked about here with other people, and get a bunch of people using it who could use it in there to grow their business.
It's October 29th.
Exactly.
Who's that?
Who's got something going on in the background?
2020.
Is there somebody else on this that's not showing up?
No, I hear somebody talking. So
yeah, so do
I don't know what happened.
Was that you?
All of a sudden,
Robbie D had company show.
All of a sudden, something came over my speaker.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what the heck
I was
is
going
that?
to say, there's
I only see
ghosts
4
in your
people
house.
in the window.
There's ghosts in your house, Ricky.
That's right, Ricky.
So,
you're being ghosted.
Well, it could have been, I moved my phone and I could have touched, YouTube had been open, so I may have touched YouTube.
Hey, not a problem.
Broadcasting on your smart speaker.
At least we know we're not being ghosted.
Cheryl, did you have any questions, comments? This is the first time you've gone through the orientation, other than in your
first time hearing your husband on one of these, right?
No, it was good, except for when I had to be off a little bit at the beginning, and when I turned my speaker back on, I couldn't hear anything for at least 5 minutes. That's why I commented and said no sound, and then all of a sudden it started broadcasting sound. Okay. So
slow connection someplace.
Yeah.
So one of the things that people sometimes are unclear on, and that's what you have with the free, and then when you make one step up, what you have. And one of the things is that you can, if you have a free account, you can join a group, but you can't create a group.
Right.
Right. And so some people don't really, it doesn't, just like me, sometimes those things go over your head,
But
Right.
so the free you can use for your business, all right?
Right.
And you can get it out to as many people that you want to be customers, right? They don't have
Yeah,
to
well, you
join
can-
your
yeah.
group to be customers. Is that correct?
Yes, and you can, again, there are capabilities, and so and then it really just becomes, Ricky, you hit on the big one, really differential between the free and the 1995 is you don't get any more people that you can have in a meeting, so you're still limited to 100, but you get for 1995 you're getting unlimited meetings, so you could have a number of you could go for hours on end or whatever. So there are advantages, and then you can also at the 1995 level, as a pro level, you can create your own groups, and so
Right.
that's also the reason. So you can not only participate, but you can create your own. So there's some additional value added, but like I said, I recommend people, unless you're just really wanting to jump in both feet and just see what all you can do. I mean, it's not like a huge commitment, right? You're not
Right.
investing $1 million. It's like I jump in with both feet at 1995 and I start doing it.
Yeah.
I really, I'm not, I don't want to say in the group, for example, that everybody has to be on and pay, because then that sound, it sounds like I'm trying, we're trying to sell them, or, I mean, everybody's, trying to not spend money they don't have, or not invest money they're not getting a return on. So I figure at the free level, it's great, but it's not the free level that you get on the other, when you're on the other platforms. Free means you're the target.
Right.
Free means they're mining your data. Free means they are selling to you.
Right.
And free means if you want to do anything more than just be there and try to do something, you're going to pay for it. You're going to
Yeah,
have to
right.
boost your posts. You're going to have
Right.
to, pay to advertise.
Yeah,
because-
look at LinkedIn as a perfect example.
Yes, because it's a media platform. It's
Right.
not just social business. So, this is very much built, in my opinion, like most networking groups conduct their business.
Yeah, I was going to say that I would just, my perspective would be that easily, in my mind, 50% of the people in Richardson Plano networking group could easily use this to help manage and grow their businesses. Now, if they
Oh.
wanted to get really, orders of magnitude growth, then doing the next 2-3 steps would be, a really key to success.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing here is that there are people now in our group that are willing to coach and teach, and
There you go.
what I call be Sherpas. I
Mhm.
like that word, because
Yeah, I like that too.
I've got a thing that a banner I can put around my picture says BeeKonnected expert or whatever. But now that I'm a certified coach, and that I may do that, but I think it's really just, I'm further down the road. I don't know everything. I'm further
Right,
down the
yeah,
road,
right.
and I've done more. And so is Ricky, and so Cheryl and other people, and they might be behind me, but they're also we're trying to shepherd people or Sherpa
Mhm.
them down the path, because
Right.
we at least climbed a certain way up the hill.
Yep.
And so that's kind of what we're
Just
doing.
as a sidebar, I watched an interesting, I don't know what it was on YouTube or whatever, but it was on one of the streaming networks, and it was about a Sherpa who was one of the key Sherpas in the Mount Everest climbs, who decided that he was going to climb the 5 biggest peaks in that area, and they filmed the whole thing, and it was kind of like what you're talking about,
Mhm.
because what he said was, we're used to being the support to all of these other people who climb. I just want to show you that we can climb too and be the ones who, he wasn't talking about stealing fame or making money or anything like that. He said, we have the skills and the know-how to do it. And I think that's kind of what I hear here is that every one of our people could do this. They don't have to grow it, but if they see what the network, if they see what the payback is, then there'd be no reason not to grow it. And then they don't have to work as hard.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, if they like to teach, if they like to help people onboard people on the platform, there's still an opportunity
Right.
for them to be a coach themselves. And it's, we've talked about multiple income streams.
Right.
Well, there's on this platform, if you are a coach, there's actually 5 income streams here, recurring income streams that you can create.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing. Well, I appreciate everybody being on. I appreciate the questions.
Glad I made it. It was good
the
talk.
Engagement. And what we'll do, we're going to be doing this same times next week. Anybody that's on here or anybody that sees the replay, I would ask that you go ahead and connect with me on BeeKonnected. If you want to see us cover a specific topic in more detail in future coaches corners, we can do that. It's also it's open to all coaches already on the platform, so we can learn from each other as well. So I expect it to grow. We're just getting started. This is the first day of us doing the coaches corner.
Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate it, guys.
You know, Cheryl, how was the patient? I have to ask you.
He was really a good patient.
Oh, wow. You got her trained, David.
He was a demanding patient, though. He was almost as on top of when he needed to take his medication as I was.
Good for him.
Yeah, he was on top of it.
Good for him. Well, good.
And as quickly